Hey everyone, it's a quick look at the LEGO Minecraft The Ruined Portal set. I'm pretty confident that for a lot of fans of this theme, not just Minecraft itself, but LEGO Minecraft, many of the most interesting things in this set are smaller details with the mobs and also some accessories, but I do want to focus first on the main stuff that you really pay for in the set, where most of the plastic goes, and that's all the terrain buildup. So this is clearly set up as a two worlds, one world, other world. This is above world or overworld. This is underworld or the nether space with the nether update active here. So it's mostly Crimson Forest, this space that you can be in over here with just a little bit of warp forest area off to the side. Sorry, that's not quite completely pushed down there. But between the two worlds is a broken or ruined portal, right? So part of the key of all of this, it kind of ties it all together like a good rug in the middle of the room, is the portal and the portal mechanism. You can see clearly that there is a mechanism involved there because they have the classic bright red actuator that I have frequently complained about many times in the past in places where it's super obvious. But on this set, it's fine. I don't have any problems with that. It's not intended to be an in-universe thing. It's just something that we can actuate, and I'll show you exactly how that works after I get through just quickly showing you the overview of what's going on with the overworld portion of this, and we'll take a closer look at the mobs and the figures as well. So with the portal, you've got some extra obsidian here it's intended to allow you to finish it. So this can be just swung out of the way temporarily to put in some more, or it's just plain black, does not include the purple elements in there, and then you can lock that in place like that. Once that is done, the idea is that you activate the portal. I'm gonna grab over here and just bring that straight on up, and it should lock into place. Yep, there, it's locked into place, which is nice with the trans purple there. Simple build. I think it might have looked nicer with the 1x2s instead, but it wouldn't have been as smooth of a mechanism. It's good. I kind of wish that they had balanced things off a little bit better top to bottom, so this looks extra thick up here. Could have been thinner, and then if you had some thickness of black on the underside, I think that would have looked a little bit more like what we expect, what players expect out of another portal. But this is definitely something that is needed to happen, whether folks did it custom or LEGO ended up doing it themselves. Happy with that. And the actuator over here is just to unlock that mechanism to allow the portal to close. Unfortunately, with mine, it gets hung up a little bit. I have reset some of the stuff in there. Probably some people will have no problem the very first time they build it. Everything will be perfect. You'll just slide down, but sometimes things just don't quite work out perfectly like that. I did build this on a completely hard surface. I rechecked it. Like I said, I reset everything, but maybe if I completely rebuilt it again a few more times, I could get it to be smooth. If it works out smooth for you, that's great. It just didn't for me, and I'm sure I won't be the only person to have that issue. So when I do encounter a small issue, or a large one for that matter, and this one's just small, I am going to point it out in the review. Looking more closely, each of these blocks to represent obsidian, again, is just plain black. You have some regular stone around here, a little bit of water that's flowing on the overworld section. Looks like this is the top of a small natural cave formation as well, but you don't actually go down in there, but I like how it looks. I like the overall presentation of the terrain here. A little bit of gold. This is a pretty new, nice mob. It's a baby sheep, just purple. I don't know if it was intended to be natural like that or if it was dyed, but I like to get different color variations. Lantern there, your regular furnace. We'll take a closer look at this version of Steve, and that's just about it for the overworld section. And then I personally am still a newbie to the Nether update. I have not played Minecraft myself, but twice since the Nether update came out. But this is the Crimson Forest area over here. I don't remember the exact proper names of them. It doesn't matter that much. People who know the names already know what they are. So me repeating them isn't really going to help anything here. But this is obviously the Crimson Forest analog to a tree with some vines coming off of it. Baby Hoglin over here, still doesn't look great, does it? Not the most accurate looking thing. At least that is a print there for the front, for the eyes, and you can angle the head up and down, but yeah, it's LEGO did not do well with their Hoglins. And then you have the tiny bit of warped forest area here with the warped forest analog of nether wart. What is it called? Warped wart, and then this is called crimson wart, or vice versa. I think that this is intended to represent soul soil, which was also added with the nether update. It would have been nice if they included a piece of fire so that you could just light this up or something. But I think that's about it. A bunch of lava, as an analog to the water outside. And yeah, that's about it. So let's take a closer look at the figures and accessories. Wither skeleton is nothing new with the long legs and the special printed head, so nothing much to talk about there. But Steve, on the other hand, has a handful of new items that are great. They're very basic. They're just recolors. That's it. But the netherite stuff. So he's got netherite armor, and that's head to toe. So the helmet piece there is the dark pearl gray, otherwise known as gunmetal gray. Also the main chest armor piece and the pants. The leggings also, then for the weapon, the sword, is made of that same material. And it all goes together well, and it looks pretty proper. I'm glad that they reserved that color for netherite in particular. I don't know if they knew that was coming well in advance, but I'm happy about it. Looks great. I always like anything in gunmetal gray myself, and this is just completely appropriate here. Also, Steve is dual wielding, which totally makes sense here with the diamond pickaxe as well. I'm assuming that they'll make a netherite pickaxe at some point along the way. And the printing for that Steve is okay. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. Lastly, the leftover parts are as such. Give special notice to the dark brown back here, as well as a couple of little teal pieces, and there's no sticker sheet. This thing costs $30 US for a little over 300 pieces, so I think the price to part ratio looks great, and I think that the value that you get here for the amount of stuff is also very good. Very, very happy with that. There's a nice variety. This makes for a good starter set. I feel like this is the exact type of set that LEGO needs to focus on within the Minecraft range. It gives you some playability, it gives you some terrain, it gives you some figures / mobs, and having a little bit of the action feature built into it is a nice thing. I think that was a little bit overdue. The concept here is good. The build is more involved for the portal mechanism than I expected. I wish it worked a little bit better, but again, if you get pieces that are just slightly less warped than mine, you may have a reliably smooth mechanism there, but that's a tiny little thing that doesn't really detract from the whole thing. You can easily close it even if it isn't working perfectly. Overall, I'm happy with this. I think that LEGO has done another good thing. If I could change any one thing about it, it would be just to do something other than another basic Steve, simply because I personally am tired of basic Steves. Yes, this has the armors on it, but still underneath it's just a regular Steve. And I think that maybe one set per season should have a regular Steve, one small set, and the others should branch out. Maybe one set with one Steve, 2 at the most, one set with one Alex, 2 at the most, and everything else should be different. No, 1 each, 1 Steve, 1 Alex per season. There we go. I don't want to give them too much because I want more skins, more variety. More variety is good. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll talk to you again soon.